Hey guys, how's it going? It is Plastic Disasta, and today we are going to do the review of the high-grade Build Divers R mass-produced Zeonic sword. This is going to be another short video because this is all about the sword that is from another kit called the new Zeon Gundam, except this one is in a different color and it doesn't have the effect part, while the other one is in red and gold and it does have the effect part. And I know what you're asking, am I going to get that kit? Well, to be honest, I'm kind of on the fence of that. Like, there's part of me I kind of want it, but at the same time I don't, so I haven't ultimately decided yet. Anyways, let's dive into the review. I'm sorry, I just had to do the joke. So looking at the box art, we have the Leo NPD, the High Mach, and the GBN guard frame holding the Zeonic sword, which appears to be in gun mode. And right over here is everything it comes with. And if you want to watch the anime, you can scan the QR code right here. Well, I'm sure you can at this and set up like this. Looking at this side of the box, we have the same box art. And right over here, it shows the Zaku holding the sword and the GBN guard frame holding the sword as, oh, so that's what it's called, the High Mega Bow Gun. I also like that there is a little reminder that it shows it comes with 2 small combat knives, even though the main event is the sword. But it just feels like it's just there. Looking at this side of the box, it's just a sword in its sword mode. Right over here, it's just the same stuff you already saw. So, inside the box, we are greeted with 3 bags of runners and a manual. So taking a look at the manual, it's a sheet of paper that's been folded twice. It just shows how you can put the sword together and how you go from the sword mode into the Mega Bow Gun mode. And it just shows how you put it on the model kit on the backside. And yeah, this is what I mean that this does not have the effect part, because if you want to use it, you just have to borrow it from the new Zeon Gundam, which is sold separately. I mean, like, dang, Bandai, you just want us to pony up the cash? Starting off with Runner A3. Now, I know what you're asking. Well, where's Runner A1 and 2? I guess something tells me that's going to be part of the new Zeon Gundam. But anyways, these are going to be the green parts for the sword. And we have another Runner A3. Here is Runner A4. Looks like we have more parts for the sword, and looks like we have parts for the stand. Jumping a couple letters in the alphabet later, we have Runner G3. Now, where's Runner G1 and 2? Like I already said earlier, it's gonna be parts for the new Zeon Gundam. Anyways, these are the olive green parts. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but these are the parts for the sword as well. Runner H1 is going to be for the gray parts. So we have parts for the handle of the sword, and I see a combat knife, and I see, I guess, the moving parts. And we have Runner H2 is going to be a copy of this section right there. And here we have a small sticker sheet. Now this one's not really a big deal because these stickers are applied on a flat surface, but when it comes to like stickers on a flat surface, if you like top coat all of it over them, they won't peel off. Or if you want to do the better option, you can always paint it. Alright, that wraps up the unboxing. So I'm going to build this up right away, and I'm going to show you all the cool stuff it does. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Okay, and one quick build later, and here is what the sword is going to look like. If you are planning to use these stickers, the triangle ones, they go on this tip right here, while the other ones, they go right down there. Anyways, let's go through each item you see. So here's the main event, the Zeonic sword, and if you want to use the Mega Bow Gun mode, you just have to transform it like so, like that. Flip these up, rotate the handle, bring the other handle down, take this tip, fold it right here, do the same thing for the other side, rotate it, rotate, and push it back in, and do the same thing for the other side. And here's what it looks like. And I just noticed this little 3mm hole is for the stand. So let me just fix this real quick. And there you go. Hey guys, this is editing Plastic Disasta here, and I just want to tell you that the gun mode is supposed to look like this. So yeah, I didn't know you're not supposed to fold the tips, because when you fold it, it doesn't really look like a bow, so it's best if you just leave it like this. And you have these two combat knives, so they kind of go in a very specific way, and yes, they do pull out. And here is the stand that I've already mentioned. So the way how the stand works, now you see this curved piece right over here, that's for the sword mode, and you can adjust it, and you see this peg right up here, that's for its gun mode. I'm going to call it that because it's kind of a complicated name. And since this sword is Xeon themed, we're going to have a volunteer from Xeon as well, the Gov Custom. Check out that review. So seeing how massive this sword is, this is when the stand comes in, and you just lay it on top of this angle, because if you move it anywhere else, yeah, that's not gonna look right. Alright, so here it is with its gun mode, and I think in my opinion it looks a little bit better like this. Alright, so for the combat knives, I'm gonna bring in another volunteer, and just a heads up, since there's like a 3mm hole and there's another 3mm hole right here, so it's not gonna work like this. But if you're gonna have to scratch build a connection, you can, so that would help. Okay, so here is what the combat knife would look like on the hands of Zaku, and it would be pretty cool if you would customize it with like tactical weapons with these combat knives. And what will make it better is that if you paint the blade part silver. And one more thing I want to show you guys is that you can use this sword and turn it into this cloud weapon. Now I know it doesn't say it on the manual, but it's pretty cool that you have this option. Okay, so final thoughts. I mean, I say pick it up if you're into like big swords. And I know the poses I showed you are a bit wonky, but it's just that I just want to show you some examples of what you can do with it. And I'm sure some of you can do a better job than I did. But keep in mind, the sword is actually pretty heavy, so that's why I had to put in like wonky poses. On the bright side, the sword actually looks pretty nice, and I love the designs and the shape of the sword. And I'm sure it looks so much better if you paint it. And speaking of that, I do have plans for that sword, which is why I did not paint it or do some detail work on it. And overall, it's not that bad. Okay guys, that about wraps up the video, and I know it's another short one, but once again, like I mentioned on my binder gun review, check that out as well. It's another like build custom set, so not much to talk about. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment as well, and I'll see you guys in the next review. Okay guys, here's the ultimate question. Which sword did it better?